Hey, what's up? It's JJ the Lonely Bull in Asia on a rainy Sunday morning here in Bangkok in my condo. Yeah, it's going to be a rainy day today, so I think I'll probably just stay indoors all day. But I got a lot of things to do online, a lot of editing to do. So thanks for joining me. It looks like we got a few on already, so that's awesome. And we'll just kind of wait around for other people to show up. Where are you watching from? I always like to know that. Let me see. Hey, Gio, I know where you're watching from. You're either still in Wisconsin or you're in Tennessee or somewhere in between, right? But thanks for coming on board this morning, guy. Appreciate it. Do you miss us already? Jerry in Arkansas says good evening. So good morning to you, or good evening to you. Good morning to me. So thanks for coming on board. Let me see. You're in Wisconsin. Okay. Yeah. I watched your video the other day. You're at the lake there. It looked really, really peaceful, really nice. So lucky guy. But I bet you're jonesing to get back here soon, though. What do you have? Do you have a itinerary yet as far as when you're coming back, or is that kind of you want to keep that a secret? But anyway, enjoy yourself. Enjoy the company of your sons and your mother and your sister when you go see her, and have a safe trip. Long Beach, California. Okay, Superfly. Long Beach. Never been there. I've only been to California a couple of times, and it was only in the airports, LAX and San Francisco. I never spent any time outside of the airports in California. And I don't know if I want to be honest. I'm sure there's nice areas. But like I heard San Diego's beautiful. I heard the weather there is really nice all year round. Not yet. After Tennessee, I'll buy a return ticket. Okay, cool. Yeah, you're going to be in my old stomping grounds in the Blue Ridge and the Smoky Mountain area there. Beautiful there. I don't know if you've been there before, Gio, but it's really beautiful there. And the weather's mild. So, yeah, you'll enjoy it. You'll absolutely enjoy it there. People are nice. Let me see. What else is going on, guys? We got 11 on already. That's good. I'm going to have to put my glasses on. I can't see anything today. I didn't sleep well last night. I woke up like 2:30 and could not get back to sleep. So you can see all the bags under my eyes. I don't know why. I've been waking up early like I have jet lag or something. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, so I did my show on my other channel. If you're not familiar with my other channel, I do a radio show, 2-hour radio show every week. And I record I play 80s and 70s music, mostly 80s, and just have a great time because that's my background, being a DJ, being in radio for 30-some years. So I thought, I'll do this. So I did that last night, and that was my Saturday night, being here recording my show. Usually I do it on a Thursday evening, but I kind of put it off. I had other things going on Thursday, so I put it off until last night. So I will edit that today. So I wanted to find out from you guys, and I'll ask again later when more people get on. But if you watch the program, the premiere, because I always premiere it, that way you can put messages in the chat just like you do a live stream. But would it be better? I mean, when would you rather have me premiere it? Like I have been doing it like Sunday mornings, like before this program started. I usually do it like 6 or 7 in the morning, Thailand time, which would be about 7 or 8 p.m. Saturday night, East Coast in the U.S. Is that a good time? Or I'm thinking maybe I can do it, I'll premiere it tonight. And then that would be Sunday morning in the U.S., which would be better for you guys. Which would you prefer? Or I'll just do it tomorrow morning here, which would be Sunday night there. Yeah, but let me know in the chat what you would prefer. Or if maybe you don't even watch it. It's JJ Radio Guy is the station or is the channel. I call it Super Q, All Hit Radio Super Q, and I'm JJ the radio guy, the DJ. But greetings from Udon Thani. Thanks, Dr. Zombie. Thanks for coming on board this morning. So yeah, I've got. If you don't know, I've got the whole thing. I got almost 1,000 song library now, and building all the time. I have logos. I have a jingle package that I created using Suno, and it's pretty fun. And actually, if you want to hear one of the jingles, my full out jingle when I finish my show, I play a full jingle, and so I can play that for you guys. Let's see. I think this is it here.
Come on, turn it up, let it fly. Morning drive, we're on your side. Hits all day, hits all night. Keep it loud, keep it right. All hit radio, super Q. All hit radio, super Q. 5 voices high, 1 sound for you. All hit radio, super Q. On your dial, we spark the air. Every tune, we're right there. Snap that beat, oh, lift that tune. Hear us shining through the room. All hit radio, super Q. All hit radio, super Q. 5 voices high, 1 sound for you. All hit radio, super Q. Super Q.
There you go. That's the full out jingle. That's what I play at the end of the show. But so everybody, I had comments before. It's like, hey, Gio's got a better song intro than you do. But this one's great. I think it's pretty fun. So eat your heart out, Gio. Morning, JJ from hot, rainy Quezon City. Okay, got one from the Philippines. And Tagaytay also, Doug Gilmore from Tagaytay. How's the volcano activity there? Yeah, I like it. It's fun. But I got a whole slew of jingles. I had Suno I could do a complete jingle package. When I was back in radio, back in the 80s, that was the thing, when I was a program director and creating new radio stations, I would work with a couple of companies. One was TM, and the other one was Jam Productions. And they did the jingle packages. But back then, it was like you're in a studio that you tell them what you want, you tell them what the call letters are, and they give you options, and then you kind of match your call letters and your frequency and what you want to say, your logo or whatever, with their jingle to match musically, right? Well, and then they go into a studio and they have 5 singers in there and a band and everything. Well, now it's just all AI. So they don't have to hire a band. They don't have to hire singers or anything like that. It's all AI. But it came out pretty good. So I've got probably 40 or 50 different jingles and drops and things like that. So it's pretty fun. But yeah, I like the jingle. It's a lot of, and it's fun doing the show. I don't get paid anything for it because of the copyright issues. So the music I play, any ads that play on my channel, all that money will go to the record labels. So those greedy bastards will get all the money. I don't get any of it. So, but it's kind of a labor of love. So I enjoy it. But yeah, when should I do my premieres? Should I do it night times here or mornings here? I was doing it mornings, and I usually get about, I think last weekend, I think I had about maybe 25 people that watched the premiere, which is pretty good for a brand new channel. So I've got about 55 subscribers right now. So wow, 2 of the internet's biggest vloggers on one live. Well, one of the internet's biggest vloggers, and then me. But thanks, I appreciate it, Art. Yeah, so like I said, it's a labor of love. I love music. I love DJing, and I kind of wanted to do a channel where you got that feel that you're listening to radio back in the 80s again, like when we were young and listened to the radio, and that was really the only option for music. You didn't have the internet, you didn't have the streaming, you didn't have any of that. It was just the music, or you can play CDs or if you're older, 8 tracks or cassettes. But yeah, so I wanted to give my channel the feel of a real radio station. So I gave it a name, Super Q, All Hit Radio Super Q. I gave me a name, JJ Radio Guy, the DJ, and the jingle package and the logos are pretty cool too. So yeah, so I enjoy it. I have fun, but it takes about 10 hours a week to do everything complete. About 3 hours to set up and record, and then about 6 or 7 hours to upload it, edit it, upload it to YouTube, get it ready to go. So looks like the disease has spread to Vietnam. They may now cut the 90-day visa, all because of a bunch of clowns cannot behave themselves. I saw that video of the guy just destroying that coffee shop or that restaurant or whatever it was in Da Nang. It's like, my God, what is wrong with people? There's something seriously, there's a malfunction in people's brains that are causing this, because this wasn't happening 10 years ago. Maybe it was, and maybe the social media has really brought it to the forefront. I don't know. But it just doesn't seem like you heard about these things 10, 15 years ago. It's only in the last 10 years, and it's getting worse and worse, and I don't know what's going on. But yeah, I saw that video. So what are they talking about? Because I haven't heard anything about what they're planning on doing in Vietnam. But if they're getting rid of that 90-day visa, or they're changing it, that will be huge, because that's why a lot of people go to Vietnam, because they can stay 90 days and they can do a quick border run and come back and continue the 90 days and just keep doing that forever. And Vietnam never says anything. There's never any end time that you can do that. So if that's a change coming, that would be huge. Are either of you going back to the Philippines anytime soon? I don't have any plans. I want to go back to Da Nang over Christmas. I know it's going to be cold and chilly and rainy, but I like the feel of it. It feels a little more like Christmas. So I'm kind of planning on doing that. I may do a run to the Philippines for a week, but I'm not sure yet. Most of my friends are all gone there. So, and the one friend I have now, he's in Valencia, and he's coming here in August, and he's looking at moving to Thailand. So once he gets here, then I don't know why I would even go back to the Philippines, other than just, I don't know. I just might go just check things out, see how it's going. End of July, I'll be in Cebu. Oh, wow. Okay. So there you go. Gio's going to be there for sure. I don't think I'll be there. If I do go there, it won't be anytime soon. It won't be in July or anything like that. It'll be probably sometime this fall if I end up going. But right now, no plans. I want to go to Da Nang, Vietnam, sometime before the end of the year, around Christmas. So that's the only semi-permanent plan I've got. Everything else is kind of up in the air. See my new couch back there? I bought a new couch from IKEA the other day, and they delivered it yesterday. So my old couch is there. The owner hasn't picked it up yet. He's going to pick it up in the next couple of days. So it's just sitting over there. But I didn't like it. It's smaller. I couldn't lay down on it. And the arms are like this thin and not very well padded, so you couldn't even lay your head on it. So I didn't like it. So I went and bought this one here. And it's really nice and really comfy. So that's my big expense for the month. Let's see. I'm doing a motorbike trip with friends. Oh, nice. Cool. Have you, Gio, have you talked about, or have you thought about doing a motorbike trip in Thailand? I hear there's a trip, like a road that goes north from Chiang Mai, and it kind of winds around up in the mountain area there, but it's supposed to be really beautiful. So I'm not a bike guy, obviously. So, but I mean, you might want to check into that. That might be a neat trip for you to do, and videotape it. Colombia, 90 days on arrival. It's got Southeast Asia energy, just a little scary. Yeah, I've heard Colombia is kind of crazy. not exactly the safest place on earth. I really don't want to go anywhere in Latin America, South America, Central America. I'm really not interested in that right now. I've heard they are clamping down on visa runs. Too many Russians and Indians are abusing it. I think they will imitate Thailand. Interesting. Yeah, that will be interesting to see what's going on. Man, you know what's sad is you got a very small percentage of people that are acting like this, but it puts a bad light on everybody. So and I can't blame the locals really. I mean, the locals look at you and say, "Oh, another foreigner. I'm sure he's a bad apple too," you know, because it's just kind of perception is reality. And sadly, until they get that element out, and who knows if these new rules that are coming into effect are going to help or not. I guess we'll see. We'll find out if it helps. I just think cracking down and being strict on policing and upholding the law. If you break the law or if you're a bad actor, punishment should be severe, and that will hopefully teach other people a lesson to don't mess around with Thailand or Vietnam for that matter. I wouldn't want to mess around either place, but Vietnam especially, a communist country, why would you want to even try that? I don't think it would end well. Let's see. Cheap flight tickets and budget airlines made it so bottom of the barrel trash now travels. Alcoholics just want to drink and cause trouble. Exactly. It's like flying now is like riding the Greyhound bus was back in the 70s and 80s. You get the cheap ass Charlies that ride those things, and now with the cheap flights, it's the same thing. And they weren't, when you come into the country, they weren't asking for proof of financial security, so people could come in and barely have any money on them at all, and they would let them in. So hopefully that's another thing. You know, if you don't have any money, why are you coming to a country, and why are you traveling? So you just sit there at the street corner and beg? Yes, I'd love to do that. Yeah, that'd be cool. Claw Guru, thank you so much. Yeah, hit the like button, guys. Appreciate that. And thank you for the 5,000. What is that? What is that currency? I don't know what that currency is, but thank you anyway. I appreciate that so much. Let me see. We'll give you a cheer for that. There you go. But thanks. I appreciate the super chat. Let's see. I went up 50 miles north of Chiang Mai, but on my road bike. Okay. How was that? Is that the road I'm thinking of? It's kind of windy up into the mountains there, and it's supposed to be really beautiful and really nice ride. I wouldn't be surprised if Patty Doyle has a video about riding through northern. Oh, I'm sure he does. I think at one point, maybe a couple of years ago, he was trying to hit every province or every, I don't know if they call them counties, province, I guess, every province in Thailand on his bike. That was back when he had his old bike. I can't remember what they called it. But I'm sure he's done all that tripping. Probably not as much anymore now that he's married. But let's see, I lived in Colombia 6 years, loved it there. It has a bad reputation, but Pablo has been dead over 30 years now. It's not bad safety-wise. I still hold my permanent residency for Colombia. Oh, cool. Is that, what's that city there that gets the reputation for drugging tourists? Medina or Milidin? I don't remember what it was, but it's one of those. You could probably help me out. Chat can help me. South Korea, is that what that is? South Korean? Oh, cool. Awesome. Geo, the world traveler, he knows all the currencies. He's been a lot more places than I have. I've been to six countries, I think, something like that. So not that many. Dreamy, yeah, that was his bike's first name. His first bike's name, Dreamy. I think it was a little Honda Click or something like that. Colombia is 90 days on entry, and you can get a 90-day extension. Oh, nice. Dirt and Grit says, greetings, Dirt and Grit. Thanks for coming on board. Scars, Medellin, right? Is that how you pronounce it? Medellin? Yeah. I hear a lot of scary stories about that place. Medellin. Yeah, Bangkok is a place I never thought about, but excited to give it a try. The Christmas vibe is also something I want to experience in the Philippines. Yeah, the Philippines really does up Christmas. I mean, September 1 through until Chinese New Year, which is usually in February, they do it up. But the thing that's different about the Philippines Christmas is it's very commercial. So you'll hear a lot of you don't see Santa Claus. There's not a lot of Santa Claus. Once in a while you'll see it, but not a lot. But you'll hear the Christmas music is all the commercial Christmas music, like the Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas Is You, and Jingle Bell Rock, and things like that, which is fine, but you don't hear any of the traditional Christian Christmas music, like the hymn type stuff, like Silent Night, Holy Night, or Joy to the World, or, things, those type of songs. Whereas in Da Nang, Vietnam, you do hear that, which is kind of surprising, being a Buddhist / communist country, hearing the Christian music like that. So, but it's kind of neat and it's refreshing. So I kind of like that because it kind of brings back my childhood memories a little bit, sparks those memories. $4, awesome. Thank you so much. That's a pint of beer. That's a pint of Tiger at Laughing Tiger. There are mountains on both sides of the main road all the way up. Oh, sweet. Nice. I may spend 60 days in Thailand after Christmas, but I think I will need a throwaway ticket for immigration because of the 30-day free entry. Yeah, you should have a throwaway ticket anyway, just in case they ask. They don't always ask, but I have a feeling with this change coming, they'll probably ask more often. Yeah, just have a throwaway ticket. Get one online for $16 or whatever, or if you know when you're going to leave. But usually, if they ask for a ticket, they want to see you leaving before your first 30 days are up, because they're gonna reduce that. Now, I heard the other day online, so don't quote me on this. I just heard it from somebody that the plan is to make this change permanent come the end of June. Now, I haven't heard anything about being in the paper, the what is it, the Royal Thai Gazette or whatever it is. That's when it's official. I haven't heard it's been in there yet, but I've heard a couple of YouTubers say it's official and it's going to happen the end of June. We'll see, but I'll keep you posted. But yeah, so it'll go back down to 30 days. What do you guys think of India being put on a visa on arrival 15 days? What do you guys think of that? Do you think there's something behind that, that the government did that on purpose? Hey, David V, greetings from Arizona. Hey, you made it back. Okay, thanks for coming on board this morning or this evening for you. Median. Okay, cool. Yeah, I knew I would butcher it. Christmas is also big in Korea, but it's more like Valentine's Day. In Japan, I heard it is not even a public holiday. Oh, wow. What's the religion, the main religion in Japan? Is it Buddhist or Hinduism or what is? I'm not sure what it is. 48 U.S. states, 72 countries, 6 continents. I enjoy travel. Wow, William, you are a world traveler. You've been to 48 states. Which 2 states haven't you been to? Let's see. I think it's great. Yeah. Oh, the India thing, the visa on arrival. Yeah, a lot of people don't like Indians here. I tell you that. I saw a video the other day. It's a Philippine video, and this guy, he's not a Filipino. He's interviewing a Filipina young girl, and he's asking her, would you rather date an Indian or a Filipino? And then he was like, Indian or American, Indian or Italian, Indian or Asian, blah, 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 blah. And every answer was Indian. She wanted to date an Indian. And it's like such a gaslighting video. It's like, first of all, the guy that was interviewing her, I'm pretty sure he was Indian. So if this wasn't a setup, she probably felt that she needed to answer that just to appease him. But I have a feeling it was a setup because I lived in the Philippines for 3 years and have been traveling there since 2015. I know a lot of Filipina, and not one of them would date an Indian. And I'm just saying, not saying that that's a good or a bad thing. I'm just saying that's what they tell me. So I think that was kind of a gaslighting setup. So Shinto, that's right, Shinto. Man, Dr. Zombie, you are on it today. You are my AI, my Google. Great idea. Yeah, that's what everybody's saying. Everybody agrees with the visa on arrival for Indians. It's also Burmese too, or not Burmese. Where is it? An Eastern Europe country. Belarus. Belarus is also on that visa on arrival. There's like 3 countries. I can't remember the third one. But it's India, Belarus, and one other. Alaska and Hawaii. We'll get to Alaska on next trip home. That's kind of surprises me that you would actually go to like North Dakota or Rhode Island before you would go to Hawaii. But I get it. You hit the 48 contiguous states first. I think Japan has Taoism. Okay, don't quote me on that. So maybe Taoism and Shinto. Yeah, because there's Shinto temples. I remember now from my trips there. They want Pontia to smell a little better. Oh my God, guys, you are cruel. Shinto and Buddhism are the main 2 in Japan. Okay, Shinto being the main indigenous to Japanese culture. Okay, very good. Awesome. Good to know. Yeah, those temples are amazing in Japan. That's the thing that struck me, and kind of here too. But in Tokyo, you'll be walking around and you'll see these modern buildings and everything's modern. You're walking through, and then you go around the corner and there's this 200-year-old temple, Shinto temple, that just looks amazing. And it's such a contrast, but it's so beautiful. It's such a neat. I love Tokyo. I want to get back there. That might be one of my trips. Hey, JJ, what's the new VOA for Americans to Thailand now? Thanks, Victor. Well, it's not a visa on arrival. So right now, as we sit today, you show up for a visa-free entry, and it's 60 days, and then you can extend 30, and then you have to leave the country. But they've decided that they're going to reduce that to 30 days, visa on or not visa on arrival, visa-free entry, 30 days, and I believe you'll still be able to extend 30, so you can get 60 days total, but don't quote me on that. I have not heard about the extension rules being changed yet. The visa on arrival is for, so with the 60-day visa-free entry, it was 93 countries, right? Now they're dropping it down to like 57 or 54 for the 30-day visa-free. And then 3 countries are going to be visa on arrival, and that's only 15 days. So that's the new changes. When those will take effect, they will take effect, but when, I'm not sure yet. I've heard the end of this month. They also have a new online app that you can fill out your TDAC on. It's called TIM, and it's an acronym THIM, and I can't remember what it stands for, but they're rolling that out so you can do your your TDAC, which is your Thailand Destination Arrival Card. You do that online, but you can do that on this TIM app now, and eventually they're going to roll it out where it's going to be like a one-stop shop where you can do your arrival, you can do your extensions, you can do your 90-day check-ins. You can pretty much do everything on that TIM, that THIM app. So that'll be kind of neat. It's going to be a little more government control, government oversight. I get that, but It's convenient, and I kind of like the convenience. So if I can do everything online and not have to go to immigration, I'm okay with that. Have you been to Koh Samet? Looks amazing and is close to Bangkok, about 3 hours road and ferry. No, I have not been. There's a few places I haven't been that I want to go to this year. Now that I don't have Thai classes and I've got some free time, and I'm on my retirement visa, there's some there's some places I want to go to. So that I will definitely put that on my list. But that looks like fun. Koh Samui is another one. There's a couple of little islands that aren't well known that are supposed to be really, really nice that I like to go to. But so I got a video that's out on my members page right now, and I'll post that in about 3 or 4 days. By the end of this coming week, I'll post that public. If you want to be a member, it's 99 cents a month, and you get to see videos before anybody else. So that's kind of cool. But this video is about dating. I get a lot of people asking me about dating in Thailand. And basically it talks about dating apps and what to look for. And there's different types of women on these dating apps that you have to look out for. And let me see if I wrote it. I think I wrote it down. I'll have to do it by memory if I can't find it. Yeah, here we go. So I talk about the types of women you find on dating apps and the age gap that you can get if you're looking to date a large age gap Thai woman. So first of all, you got the freelancers, and dating apps are the new walking street. They don't have to go out. They just go on a dating app and they get a like and they tell them, hey, I'm a freelancer. And then the guy either says okay or says no, and they move on. But those are the young girls, like from 18 to probably 35. It's really easy to spot them because they don't have anything in their profile, nothing that says anything about relationship or anything like that. They may have their WhatsApp number or their line ID. They may have that, but that's it. They have a lot of sexy pictures, a lot of pictures in different hotel rooms, a lot of pictures in bikinis or lingerie. That's a pretty dead giveaway, guys. But those girls, they will date any age pretty much. You know, if you're paying for it, they'll date them. They'll date you. Another type of woman is the high maintenance woman, and I go into full detail in this video coming up this week. High maintenance woman is a woman that she probably will date 10 to 20, maybe 25 years older than she is. So if you're 55, maybe a 30-year-old, maybe even a 25-year-old, you might get into that group. But they're very high maintenance. So if you want a relationship with her, you're going to pay money. You're going to go to the most expensive malls and the most expensive stores, the most expensive restaurants, the rooftop bars. You're going to do all. She does trips, and the way to find this out is she wants, in her profile, she'll say, "Don't be stingy," or "Be generous." Those are key words. Also, if she's got pictures at rooftop bars, different rooftop bars, or different high-end restaurants with really nice food, or if she's got pictures of her traveling all over Asia or wherever, that's pretty high maintenance, guys. Now, if you can afford all that and you're good with that, that's like getting a trophy wife. So go for it. But for me, I'm not going to spend that money. I don't have an endless income. Then you got the high-end dating, which is basically you go on a date, you get the girlfriend treatment, kind of. You get to take her out so people can see you're with a beautiful woman. But at the end of the day, you get nothing in return. So there's you don't get any ROI, no return on investment. So, but those girls, the high maintenance girl, like I said, 10 to 25 year age gap. The high end girl, probably not that much. Probably 15-year age gap would be max. you might be able to get somebody 20. But do you really want that kind of relationship? It's not even a relationship. It's just a date. It's just a one-off date where you're paying for everything, and then she gets a free meal, she gets free drinks, whatever the case may be. So that's your high end. Then you get the, for lack of a better term, the desperate housewife scenario. These are the women that are 30, 35 plus, that maybe they're single moms. Maybe they feel that they're getting older, and so they are ready to, quote unquote, settle. So they will settle for a older foreigner to take care of them, and there could be love involved. At least maybe eventually, maybe not right off the bat, but eventually there'll be that love involved, and so you're looking at maybe a 30-year age gap that you can get into. So if you're 60, you can probably date somebody that's 30, 35 maybe. If you're 65, 35, something like that. Guys, you can find a beautiful 40-year-old Thai woman who looks like she's 25. So don't neglect the older ladies. And you got to look, though. You got to look at the pictures really good, because most of them are filtered, so they look younger anyway. So if they've got a multitude of pictures, go through every one of them, because eventually they're going to show one that shows more what they really look like. And that's the one. It's like, find the ugliest picture of them, and then you're going to get a truer feel for what she actually looks like. But those are the girls where, maybe they're a single mom, and if you're okay with that, you've got that opportunity to date a younger woman. But you're marrying into a family, or you're getting involved in a family. My rule of thumb is I don't mind dating a lady that has a child, one child max, not too young. Anything under like 4 years old, probably not. I don't want screaming toddlers or diaper changing or anything like that. Also, another no-go is if the father of the child is still involved with the child. That's a no-go for me. That's a non-starter. I went through that as a stepdad in the U.S., my last marriage, and it was not a fun situation. So those are definitely my two. One child minimum. If they're like 18 plus and if they've moved out of the house, perfect. But if they're like 4 or under, not so much. And more than one kid, not a good thing for me. And then the father can't be involved. So that's the desperate housewife type thing. And then you've got the sincere woman, the one that are serious. They may or may not have children, but you can find them, and they will date probably up to about 20-year age gap. So, they're just, they've dated the younger people, the younger guys their age, and they found out that those guys aren't what they've cracked up to be. The sincere ones are looking for somebody that's stable, that's settled down, that's not the party animal like the 20 and 30-year-old foreigners are. They want those guys that are ready to settle down, ready to be that leader of her, to help her along, and whether it's financially or not, that's debatable too, but you can probably find a pretty good woman at a 20, 25-year age gap. So it's not all a lost cause, guys, in Thailand. It's not as easy as it is in the Philippines, granted, but it's not so bad. So just keep that in mind. All right, let's get caught up on chat. So that's coming out later this week. JJ, what are your thoughts on the reason behind many Southeast Asian countries changing their visa requirements? I suspect it's from the violence from a small segment of foreigners causing some drama. Yeah, I think that's exactly it. Well, okay, so I think there's probably more than that. It's the violence. It's the people that are here illegally. I'm speaking of Thailand. They're here illegally. So now they're cracking down on these nominee businesses. They're investigating 47,000 foreign-owned businesses because they illegally run those or operating those through a nominee. So basically, what Thailand's law is, you can only own 49% of your business if you're a foreigner here in Thailand. So the other 51% has to be owned by Thai. So there's these companies, these agencies that do these nominee things, and supposedly they find Thai ownership for you to get you to that 51%. But a lot of it is kind of a I don't know what the term is, but it's kind of a false. They're not. There's no real owner. There's no real Thai owner. It's the agency falsifying the information, the documents. So they're cracking down on those. So I think you're going to see in the next few months a lot of these foreign-owned businesses either closing down, selling, or getting shut down by the government. But that's another, the violence is one thing because you see that a lot on social media. So that really brings it to the forefront. But these people that are staying here illegally, working illegally, that's another reason they're cracking down. But I see a lot of other Southeast Asian countries kind of following suit. It'll be interesting to see if the Philippines does anything because they have one of the most lax tourist visas anywhere in Southeast Asia. I mean, you can go there and just renew for 36 months before you even have to leave. And you can leave for a day and come back and your 36-month countdown starts over again. So if the Philippines starts looking into that, that would be really interesting to see what would happen with that. Like and subscribe, everyone. Click that notification bell. Thank you so much, Smitty. Yes, please do hit that like button. I would appreciate that. That really helps the algorithm, guys. A famous grandpa may react to the video. Yeah, he may. That's okay. The last time he mentioned me in one of his videos, I got like 6 new subscribers. so it's like free publicity. What app is that for the dates? So I was looking on Thai Friendly, but it's basically any of those apps. Tinder, Bumble, any app that you look at that's focused in Southeast Asia. Man, you older guys go dating on hard mode in Thailand. Yeah, exactly. Well, I don't date anybody under probably 30, 35. I just don't feel that I have anything in common. I mean, I'll go on a dating site and just for the hell of it, and I'll get these likes from girls that are in their 20s, and it's like, why would you even click a like for me, other than the fact that maybe you're a freelancer and you're looking for work? So yeah, I don't even bother with that. So right now I'm focused on my 2 channels, and dating's kind of in the back seat for now. I'm not even thinking about it right now. If it happens, it happens. 30 years old here. Guess I haven't experienced those things. Oh yeah. Well, you're fine, man. You're good. As long as you're in decent shape, you're in good. You're okay. That's another thing. If you're older and you're out of shape, you weigh 300 pounds, you're going to have a harder time. I met my girlfriend on Thai Cupid. Okay. I am 7 years older. She seems to be a good Isang girl. Nice. Very good. Yeah. Thai Cupid. I guess that's another one. I haven't been on that one though. Open-minded is a big red flag. Oh, if they say open-minded, yeah, you gotta get right up. You gotta ask them right up front. What do you mean by open-minded? Because I would be thinking one thing, like, oh, she's into threesomes or something like that, and she might be thinking of something completely different. So you got to ask her first before you open your mouth and say something stupid. 53 on Friday. Oh, happy birthday. Very good. 53. You're a young pup still. Reset with Rob calls desperate housewives pension chasers. Yeah, possibly. Yeah, probably. Green flag is a woman near any 7-Eleven. Unless she thinks you own the 7-Eleven, she most likely won't be high maintenance. Yeah, that's funny. Hey, don't knock 7-Eleven food until you tried it. I still have to do my video on the 7 days at 7-Eleven for 700 baht. Can't beat Jollibee women. Uh-oh. That's low maintenance unless they like chicken soy meals. Then it's going to be mid-maintenance. So be careful, guys. Right? Exactly. Jollibee. Yeah, as long as you feed Filipina rice 3 times a day, she's happy. Do a video call. You want to do a video call? Yeah, let me hang on. I'm going to put the link. I'm going to put the link in here, Gio, and then you can get on. Okay, there you go. Let's see. Some Jump Cat says some Asian dating sites have more filters than my coffee machine. I need a video call just to confirm I'm talking to the same person. Exactly. I swear some of them, and Victor, good to see you on here. It was great meeting you, by the way. I swear some of them use their daughter's pictures in their profiles because you meet, and this has been a while ago. I haven't done this for a while, but you meet you meet a girl or a woman, and you see these pictures and they look pretty good, and when you meet them, they look like they're 30 years older than their pictures. It's like, you have a daughter about 25, 30 years old? Because I think those are your pictures. It isn't easy to meet a good woman in the Philippines. Plenty of low-hanging fruit, though. Absolutely, yeah. If you're, I mean, you can. I mean, my last girlfriend, we dated for 2 years plus. She was really, really good. She was a fantastic person, really honest, hardworking, beautiful, passionate. Yeah, so you can. They are there, but you just have to look. Use the filter yourself so you're 20 years younger as well. Then it's equal when you meet. Right, exactly. I don't think they're worried so much about looks as they are about how much money you have. Reset with Rob is with a pension chaser. That's the iron. Oh, yeah, right. Practice what you preach. Kudos on your other channel. Great job. Like and subscribe. Yeah, thank you so much. It's a slow grower, but so Gio, there's the link. So you can copy that and join me if you like. Get Gio on board. He's still in Wisconsin eating butter and cheese, probably. Let's see. What else is going on in chat? What else is new? It's a rainy day today. It looks like it's starting to clear up a little bit. But yeah, it was raining this morning. I think it rained last night too. We are in the rainy season now. So every day you can expect rain at some point. Usually just an hour or two, but yeah. So I'll be indoors today. I'll just be working on my other channel, watch some videos, maybe watch a movie. What do you guys do on your rainy days when you don't go out? I guess it's raining in. Is it raining in the Philippines or just hot there? So, let's see. Get caught up here real quick. I've been raining most of the day in Arkansas. Okay. I prefer rainy low season. Yeah, I do too, actually. It's not as busy, so it's not as crowded. The trains aren't as crowded. The restaurants, the bars aren't as crowded. Everything looks good. Things are cheaper generally. And when it does rain, it doesn't rain all day. It just rains a couple hours, late afternoon, early evening usually. And then it's done, and then you're out and about and you're having a good time. And it's cooler. Temperatures are usually cooler. Now, it's still pretty warm here, so it hasn't cooled off yet. But yeah, it's getting to that point. So probably next month and on, the temps will cool off a little bit. Let's see. Hi from Queens, New York. What is your typical day like during the week and weekend? Do you consider yourself a retiree? Thanks. Yeah. Yes, I am a retiree with a hobby called YouTube. That keeps me busy. Up until last month, I was taking Thai language classes 4 times a week. So that kept me pretty busy. Now, my day consists of get up in the morning, catch up on any comments or emails I get from my YouTube channel, have some coffee, go work out, come back here, I don't eat breakfast anymore. I just eat 2 meals a day. I eat an early lunch, like about 11 o'clock, and then I'll eat basically an early dinner. And then from like 7 p.m. till 11 the next day, I fast, so to speak, basically. But yeah, so I'll do that. Once or twice a week, I'll hit the driving range and hit the golf balls around a little bit. So I got friends that do that. Friday night, group of us go watch live music at the bars. So I do that. Once in a while, during the week, if a friend of mine wants to meet up for a beer or two, I'll do that. And then if I've got subscribers that are in town that want to meet up, I'm all for that. So I usually do a 1 or 2 meetups a week, depending on the season, I guess, when they're here. But yeah, that's kind of, that's kind of my thing, And then I plan my videos one day, then I'll go out and shoot it the next day, and then the third day I'll edit it, and then post it on my members page, and then that goes live to the public probably the next week. So that's kind of my routine. And Sunday I do my live show. I do my premiere of my other show, my radio show on Sundays. Usually, I might change that up a little bit, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Try to stay a little busy, like go to a mall or something. I went to MBK the other day to look for shoes. Ended up buying a shirt. Bought this nice shirt, nice button-up shirt, but when I got home, I didn't realize it doesn't have a top button, and so it's really open. Like I either need cleavage or some gold chains to take up all that space. I look like something that John Travolta would wear in Saturday Night Fever. That's kind of what it looks like. But I think I can go to a tailor and have them sew a button on so I can button it up a little more. But it was a nice shirt, and I got it for like $250 baht, which is like $7, $7.50 or something like that. So yeah, you can get some pretty good deals at MBK. You either indoors or outdoors. They got a market right outside too, and food there too. And then I'll go to some Thai food courts once or twice a week just to enjoy that. What's the name of your other radio channel? Sorry, I must have missed that. It's JJ Radio Guy. Let's see. Hang on a second. It's got some letters behind it that I don't know what it is. I'll put it on the link. I'll put it in the chat. You guys can just copy it. Okay. There. It's JJ Radio Guy. And the name of the station I made, it was Super Q, all hit radio. Super Q plays 80s and some 70s, and then I'm JJ the Radio Guy. But that's my other channel. I just started up last month, and so it's slow growth. But I premiere a 2-hour show every weekend, and then you can watch those afterwards, the recording. But I do a live premiere. It's pseudo live. It's not really live. But I'm there. I'll watch it with you guys. And so if you want to comment on the chat, I do like 4 trivia questions in the 2 hours. I do a top 5 countdown for the week of in whatever year in the 1980s. So like this coming one is this week in 1984, with the top 5 songs. So it's kind of fun. I try to make it a little interactive with the trivia and that. So yeah, I enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. It brings back a lot of great memories being in radio. On Thai Friendly for the high maintenance, the app should implement a new menu whereby the male users send them to their new dating app, Thai Unfriendly. Kidding, of course, all in good fun. Yeah, or untie. Untie. Jim Furyk was at my hometown golf club last weekend. Awesome, getting in some practice for the Ryder Cup. Is he playing or is he captain? He's getting up there in age, right? Would he still be playing? But that's cool. So when is the Ryder Cup? Is that next weekend or when is that? No, I mean do a video call with a girl before me. Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, okay. I thought you were going to come on live. Right, exactly. Do a video call so you get FaceTime so you see what she actually looks like. And here's the dead giveaway, guys. If they come on the camera for like 2 seconds and then you lose the feed or they disconnect, then you know it's all fake and just block them right away and you don't have to worry about it. Go my house taken care of. Got my house taken care of. Been packing today, moving to apartment to start saving up to come there. Oh, awesome. Good for you. When do you have an idea of when you will be coming here? Let's see, William says here, I was thinking Gio was thirsty for Thai contact. I think he secretly misses us. Yeah. What's the name of your radio channel? Okay, so I just put it on there. JJ Radio Guy. It's right there. So you can just look at that. I think if you just typed in at JJ Radio Guy, it would come up. Yeah, I don't think you need the Y7L or whatever that is. I don't think you need that. JJ, outside of Bangkok, Thailand, what are your thoughts on Bali, Indonesia versus Da Nang, Vietnam, as far as living a minimalist lifestyle, studio living, local food, etc.? Appreciate any input or thoughts. I've never been to Bali, so I can't tell you anything about Bali or Indonesia. Now, Da Nang, I'll tell you, I like Da Nang a lot. It's cheap. Now, I've heard that the prices have gone up a little bit, but I was renting a good-sized studio. It was probably 45 square meter studio, so you had a lot of room, and it was right there on Antong district. So I was 3 blocks from the beach. It was really nice, and I really liked it, and the landlady was super sweet. And so I did a 3-month lease, and I was going to continue 3 month by 3 month, but I decided I didn't want to keep it. I just decided I was going to just keep Thailand, keep Bangkok as my home base, and just visit Da Nang when I want to. But yeah, I mean, I think it was 7 million dong, so that was about $280. And that was a month, and then I think the utilities were included, if I remember right. And yeah, I mean, it was super cheap. The food's super cheap there. I mean, you can find nice, expensive restaurants, but most of the time, most of the food is fairly inexpensive. He's the captain. There is software now where you can impersonate anyone on a video call. Oh, geez. Yeah, I suppose. Ryder Cup is September. Oh, next year. Okay. All right. I got you. That's right. Odd years. Yeah. My lease is up on June 27th. Planning on going to visit before that, but sure on the visit dates. Not sure on the visit dates. Hoping plane ticket will come back down. Yeah. If you go, I think September is probably I think you could probably find some pretty cheap flights in September. Now it's also is going to depend on, all the mess in the Middle East, what's going on with that by then. Hopefully it'll be taken care of by then, but you never know. Be careful wearing that shirt around town before you get the button added. You will look like Richard Gere, an American gigolo. And as a note, it's Pride Month everywhere. Exactly. So maybe I will fit right in. Yeah, they do up Pride Month pretty big here. It is Da Nang that seems to be attracting the troublemakers in Vietnam and Saigon. They better not try it in Hanoi. Yeah, Hanoi is really conservative, so yeah, I would stay away from Hanoi if I was a troublemaker. But see, to be honest with you, when I was there in Da Nang before, we had some troublemakers. We had a couple of Americans that would come to the bar that I went to, Chevy's, and they would get in big arguments and wanting to fight somebody, but they were just drunk and belligerent. And so it's like, geez. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, he's from the U.S. But it looks like things are escalating. I mean, that guy that tore up that restaurant, geez, that was horrible. It's like, what are you doing? Bali is a nightmare zone Lived there for 2 years before COVID when it was still okay, apart from the Aussie tourists ripping it up. But now full of scammers and influencers and vegan runaways. Oh, vegan runaways. Oh, great. Yeah, I heard Bali's kind of a tourist mess. Kind of what Phuket's becoming, from what I understand. Phuket's getting really overrun by tourists, which makes me think, maybe I don't want to see what Phuket's all about. I've never been there. But I think maybe Koh Samui would be a nice place to go before it gets overrun. Some of these other places that are less known before the social media brings too much attraction to them. I think that's what happened in Da Nang. Too many of us YouTube bloggers getting on there and saying how great Da Nang was. I'll take partial blame for that. Yeah, it's like we can't just keep a secret. We got to show everybody how great something is. But I think Thailand's big enough. I think Bangkok's big enough to take care of the mess. You don't really see a lot of bad actors here in Bangkok. Probably in some of the areas like Pat Pong or Khao Sun Road, maybe down in Nana, Soy Cowboy. Maybe you'll see bad actors in those areas, but for the most part, in the rest of Bangkok, it's pretty nice, pretty easy. Koh Larn off of Pattaya, great visit to escape Walking Street. Nice. Koh Larn. Sounds Irish. Koh Larny. Yeah, I might check that out too. I'll have to go back through all the chat and write all these things down, places to go visit. Let's see, we've been on a little over an hour now. We'll keep going as long as we got people on board willing to converse in the chat. Let's see, with fake profiles and filters, it is probably best to avoid the dating apps and meet women in person unless she has makeup and is a professional mime. Won't be able to see behind the mask. Right, exactly. Yeah, I still think meeting in person is the best way to meet. And there's groups here. There's meetup groups. You can go on Facebook and find groups, people that do things that you like to do, like pickleball or golf or things like that. You can find groups that do that. That's probably the best way to meet. Or maybe just randomly, just see somebody you like and walk up to them and say hello. It's not like the U.S. where you walk up to a woman and say hello that you don't know and they think you're a stalker automatically. It's not like that here. Koh Lipa is a place I want to go. It looks amazing. Thankfully, all the YouTubers talk about how no one speaks English in Udon. Yeah, exactly. So you're safe there. Nobody will come to Udon Thani because everybody thinks nobody speaks English. So you're good there. Yeah, everybody thinks, I'll never go to Thailand because nobody speaks English. It's not like the Philippines. Well, the problem with that is if you're in the tourist areas in like Bangkok or Phuket or Pattaya, they speak English and they speak pretty well. If you get out in the province areas, it's less likely. But it's the same in the Philippines. If you're in major metro areas, they speak pretty good English. But if you get out in the deep provinces, the English is hit and miss. And if you're in the city, like you're in Manila, and you get in a taxi, try talking English to a taxi driver in Manila. They don't know what the hell you're talking about. I would say 99% of taxi drivers in Metro Manila don't speak English. So just because Philippines has English as one of their languages doesn't mean everybody speaks it. So, but that's a misnomer. JJ, is it better to live in Ari or Asok? Oh, wow. So I like Ari. That's a neat and up-and-coming neighborhood, but you didn't hear it from me because when it gets overrun by foreigners, then the locals will get... See, here's what happens. the locals get pushed out of these neighborhoods because the foreigners, they see on social media that, oh, this is the next up and coming neighborhood. RE is the next up and coming neighborhood. So let's move there, and the rent will go up, and the locals that live there will be pushed out because they can't afford their rent anymore. Asok is like you're being in Asok is you're like right in the central part of the tourist area of Bangkok. So if you're okay with the hustle and bustle and the traffic and the people and the noise, Asok's perfect for you. But for me, it's like that's too much congestion. I like to be a little farther away, like here in Phrom Phong. It's a little nicer in my mind. But RE is a super nice place, but those prices are going to go up if they aren't already. I watched a video the other day, and I think they said the average rent was about $700, which is about what I'm paying here. I'm paying a little more here, so it's not up to, and I don't know what the quality of the build was, but I think most of the condos there are newer, so maybe better facilities, but maybe not better as far as size. But Artie's a nice area. You can find a lot of neat little restaurants and bars and coffee shops and stuff like that. You're right about taxi drivers in Manila. They don't even know where they are driving to, let alone know English. Always use Grab and pay in advance so no disaster or scamming. Exactly, yep. That's what I use, Grab. Or you can use, what's the other one? What's the other app there? I've been gone too long. There's another app that used to be just bikes, motorcycles, but now they have cars too, and it's usually a little cheaper. Asok straight line to airport is advantage only. Yeah, you can take that line to the airport. Yeah, that's not bad. I like RE. Yeah, RE is nice. It's kind of far out of the way though. I mean, if you want to hang out in Nana, Asok, Phrom Phong, that area, RE is a few stops from there. You're pretty far up north, so it's probably not super convenient if you spend a lot of time down here. You're going to spend a lot more money on transportation. Manila taxi drivers suddenly forget to speak English when they are scamming you. Exactly. Yeah, they forget English when you say meter kuya, meter. Yeah, exactly. How many square meters is your place? It's 42 square meters, so it's not huge, but it's perfect for me. It's a good size for me. Joyride, that's the one. That's the other app, and it used to be just motorcycles, but then they started doing cars also a couple of years ago. And generally, it's cheaper than Grab, but that may have changed recently. That may go up. Hang on, guys. I'm going to grab the AC controller and turn the AC on. Okay. Getting a little warm in here. Let's see. Where are we at here? JJ, the radio channel. Yeah, I enjoy it. I enjoy playing the music from the 80s and 70s, and this show that'll debut. Okay, so you guys, do you want me to debut it tonight, Thailand time, or tomorrow morning, Thailand time? Which would be better for you to watch the premiere, the live premiere? I mean, you can watch it anytime. It'll be recorded, and you can watch it anytime. Like I got 5 other shows from before that you can watch anytime. But if you want to join in the live chat, so to speak, oh, my tracking came on again. My little guy keeps turning tracking on, and then he wants to put my face right in the center of the screen. And so I get a lot of dead space up here. But anyway, yeah, if you want to watch the live, then you can do the chat and answer the trivia questions and that. But I'll either do it tonight which would be Sunday morning in the U.S., or I'll do it tomorrow morning, which would be Sunday night in the U.S. So whatever you guys say, I'm okay with it. I haven't edited it yet, so it's going to take a few hours to edit. Bangkok doesn't attract bad actors in general. My impression, it's a cosmopolitan, sophisticated city with a large Monday to Friday local commuter crowd. Yeah, I think you've got something there. Yeah. I will tell you that now that we're in low season, when I ride the BTS or the MRT, the trains, there's very few foreigners on there. Not like it was, even 2 months ago. You see all locals now, coming to and from work or school or whatever. So that's kind of refreshing. I'm one of the few foreigners on the train. Don't know why, but there's no Grab in Tagaytay, only Joyride. Huh, interesting. Well, there's no Grab or Joyride in Dumaguete. There's the only transportation you have there is the little bikes with the sidecars, where you're scrunched down. If you are taller than 5'5", you're going to get a crook in your neck from riding those bumpy things. Other than that, Dumaguete has no public transportation. It's ridiculous. Dumaguete's a shitstorm, a dumpster fire. What city area is the location that you and Gio did a joint YouTube video? High rises were in the distance across the water. Forget the park name. Oh, yeah, that was Benjikiti Park. Yeah, and that's a really neat park. Really nice. So yeah, that's where we did that video. N-Drive is also a good app in Metro Manila if Grab is too busy. I've not heard of N-Drive. Is that fairly new there? I know the problem with Grab or Joyride is, especially like on Friday or Saturday afternoon or evening, it's almost impossible to find a driver. There's just so few available, and a lot of times you order it and they'll cancel, or they'll try to call you and say, "Oh, I can't find you. Cancel for me," because they find another ride that's going to pay more, or that's more local to them, so they can pick them up, drop them off quick, and get the next ride. So they try to get you to cancel cancel on them, and then that's a red flag on your account, not on theirs. If they cancel, then they get the red flag. So that's a little trick. Don't ever cancel on a Grab unless you absolutely need to. But don't do it if they ask you to. Do you notice if the locals are watching or interested in the NBA Finals? I don't really see. I mean, they show it on some of the TVs at some of the bars, but most everybody here is into either rugby or Australian rules, football, rugby, or the European football, soccer. Those are the three things that everybody's into here. Now, as far as that's as far as watching professionally on TV. As far as playing sports, they're big into golf. They're big into pickleball and badminton, maybe a little tennis. But those are the big things locally that they play. Yeah, you can get Bolt here. That's a little cheaper usually than Grab. I've used both. The problem with Bolt is a lot of times that I've used it, their map isn't real accurate. So sometimes they drop you off at the wrong place. So you got to. I like to take naps when I'm riding in the back of a Grab and wake up right before they drop me off. Not that I want to take a nap. It's just like I'm always falling asleep when I'm in the back seat of a car. But yeah, so you got to kind of be aware of where you're at and where you're going, and kind of follow along with your map. But yeah, but Bolt's generally cheaper than Grab. But the problem with taking Grab or Bolt here in Bangkok is you're at the mercy of the traffic, and if the traffic's bad, you can add maybe even 30 minutes to your ride just because of that. And that's why it's like if you can get on a train, an MRT or a BTS, you can get to your destination quicker. It's a lot, and it's cheap too. So, and I'm a cheap Charlie. All right, caught up with chat for the moment. We'll keep going another 15 minutes or so. I've got a little bit of a sore throat today, probably because I didn't get much sleep last night. So I need to eat, maybe take a nap, and then do my editing of my radio show so I can post that. I'll probably post it tonight. So if you guys go on my JJ Radio Guy channel, I'll probably post it around 8 o'clock tonight, probably, if I get it done in time. Then you can watch it live, and then you can comment on the chat live with me and answer the trivia questions. I got some pretty good trivia questions this time, so it'll be fun. I'm trying to make it a little better each time, each show a little better than the last. So it's kind of a work in progress, but it's fun. I enjoy it. That was my first career, being in radio, and my most favorite career, because I ever since I was 8 years old, I wanted to be a radio DJ. So I lived out my dream. So it was a lot of fun. But yeah, so check that out tonight, guys. And check out my if you want to be a member of this channel, it's 99 cents a month. You can check out the video that's on there now, or you can wait until the end of this week and it'll publish to everybody. But when I do a video, I usually put it in my members page first, so members get to look at it, get to watch it first before anybody else does. So let's see. One I did a tour of Ekamai, talking about whether Ekamai is the next really cool neighborhood, and I went to Foswaz and did some videos of some of the rental properties there, different pricing. So I have to edit all that first. It's going to take a while because there's a lot of B-roll involved. So, but I'll get that edited and put that on the members page probably in the next week or so. Let's see. That's why I use tricycles to get around where possible. I always jump in on back so as not to get squeezed. 25 pesos each way gets me to my local mall and avoid the traffic. Yeah, I'm not a big tricycle fan. Now, if I could sit in the back outside of the little caged area, that would be okay. But yeah. Is that 8 p.m. Thailand time? Yes, it'll be 8 p.m. Thailand time tonight. It'll either be 8 or 9, probably 8 if I get my editing done on time. And by the way, Kiki and Jasmine, thanks for being a member. Appreciate that. I think you're one of the founding members, actually. I'll be guessing the top 5 songs of 1984. I wish I was in high school then. John Mellencamp was big, yeah. So this would be not for the year. This would be for the week of. So the week coming up, so basically June 6th through the 14th of 1984, what were the top 5 songs according to Billboard. Now, I think I'm going to change that. I think I'm going to change it to, instead of Billboard's Hot 100, I'm going to go to Radio and Records, because when I was in radio, back in the day, Radio and Records magazine was the Bible for radio stations, and that showed the actual airplay. They ranked the top 100 by the airplay of all the radio stations that submitted their playlist to Radio and Records every week, and I had to do that every week. I think by Wednesday or something like that, or Tuesday that week, I had to submit my top whatever songs and the number of airplay each song had for the week. I had to submit that to Radio and Records. So, and there was another magazine called Gavin magazine, and I'd submit it to them too. And it was such a neat time back then, because it wasn't owned by 3 corporations back then. It was separately owned. All the radio stations were owned by small market people or companies that only owned a few stations and not 100 stations or whatever. So the playlists were local. They weren't done in New York or LA and sent out to everybody in the country. So it was a lot different back then in the 70s and 80s and 90s, but it was fun. But yeah, so I might see if I can Google the Radio and Records Top 100 and start using that chart starting next week. So World Cup starts on Thursday. Yeah, right. That'll be big here. World Cup will be huge here. All the bars will have, everything will be reserved. All the tables will be reserved to watch World Cup. I remember all those John Hughes movies, Breakfast Club, Pretty in Pink, Uncle Buck. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Oh, I can go on. 16 Candles. What else? St. Elmo's Fire. Yeah, John Hughes was great back in the 80s, and all those actors, the Brat Pack they called them, was a play off the old Rat Pack with Sinatra and those guys. But the Brat Pack they got that nickname because they did something. There was, I can't remember if it was Emilio Estevez and somebody else, but they got in trouble during a filming somewhere, probably Chicago, because that's where John Hughes did all his movies. But they got in trouble one night, and so the media started calling these kids that were in all these John Hughes movies brats. And so they call them the Brat Pack, which is a play off the Rat Pack. So there's your little trivia for you. That's not one of the trivia questions tonight, though. But that would be a good trivia question. Where did they come up with that name? But it's my trivia is all multiple choice, so you get to choose. And so you'll see all the options there, and you just choose the one. And then at the end of the song that's playing during the trivia, I will tell you the answer. Or I'll show the answer. So, yeah, it's fun. And I'll try to do more visuals to it, too, through my show, my 2-hour show, so you don't have to just look at me the entire 2 hours. That gets a little boring. But, all right, let's see. So we'll go another 8 minutes, and unless we get more people on or more people chatting, we'll do an hour and a half today. And I might step outside and get something to eat before it starts raining again, too. Or I make me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So I got me peanut butter and jelly. I got tuna, too, so I can make a tuna sandwich. Ferris Bueller's Day Off is another one. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, most of those shows took place in Chicago. Yeah, there were so many of them back in the 80s. They're so good. Was Weird Science, was that a John Hughes movie? I don't know if it was or not. That's another good movie, though. Weird Science. Revenge of the Nerds, remember that? Goonies. I think Goonies is John Hughes, if I remember right, but I could be wrong. Somebody in chat probably knows, can correct me if I'm wrong. Can't even go to Chicago these days without getting shot. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's nuts, man. I tell you. I used to love going to Chicago, going on what they call that, the Miracle Mile or something like that, where all the major shopping areas are, and Soldier Field is right down there. And I guess the Bears are leaving Chicago because Chicago's such a shitstorm now. Don't blame them. They're going to, of all places, somewhere in Indiana, like right outside of Gary, Hammond. I think they're going to Hammond, Indiana. It's like, man, Hammond used to be a total ghetto. Chicago's just gotten worse than it. So how long in total did your retirement visa take from start to finish? So, yeah. But I already had an education visa. So my process was a little easier because I didn't have to wait to do the 90-day before I got my retirement visa. So I'm actually still on my 90 days. So I do my 90-day check-in this month. And I've got my 12-month retirement visa now. But I already had a bank account, so I didn't have to worry about that, opening that up, or having an agent open it up for me. So all of that was taken care of. So it cost, I had the agency pay for everything, and it cost 20,000 baht for everything. So they took care of, I didn't even have to go to the immigration. They went for me and got everything taken care of. So this could be a brutal typhoon season in the Philippines. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, there's already some activity in east of the Philippines that's going. I mean, I saw something like a couple weeks ago or last week. There was some activity, but it missed the Philippines. It went up north toward Japan, actually. But yeah, the Philippines gets hit a lot. Yeah, Weird Science was John Hughes. Okay, thanks. How is Thailand in September? Wet, but how wet? Well, it's not so. I mean, it is wet. It's a little cooler, but like I said before, when it rains here, it doesn't seem to rain all day. It just rains for a couple hours and maybe late afternoon or early evening, and then it's fine. Sometimes it'll rain overnight or early morning. But yeah, so it's not a deal breaker to go out and do something. Just remember, just have an umbrella and take an umbrella with you every time you go out because you never know when it's going to rain. But yeah, so September in Thailand isn't bad at all. And it's low season, so things will be cheaper and it won't be as busy. So you're good there. Sloan. Yeah, that was Ferris Bueller's girlfriend, right? She was really cute. She was actually the only one that was a teenager in that movie. Everybody else was like, I think the guy who played his friend, and the name's escaping me, but he was like 28 or 30 or something like that at the time. And Matthew Broderick was like in his 20s. Yeah, El Nino is doing a lot of damage, a lot of shit going on with El Nino this year. First typhoon missed. We get hit a lot over in the Bokal region. Yeah, absolutely. They average 22, I think it was 22 tropical storms a year in the Philippines, and like 7 typhoons in the Philippines. Karate Kid was 27 when he did that show. Crazy, yeah. But he still looks like he's 20. They look so young. I used to look young when I was young. Now, I was still getting carded when I was 35 years old when I was living in the States. So that's how you can imagine I looked back then when I was 35. I should probably find some pictures. When I was in high school, I had long hair. I mean, it was down to here. Bright red, long hair. Crazy. Who'd have thunk it? I've had this haircut since 1984. I got it cut because I wanted to look like Corey Hart. And he had spiky hair. So it was a little more spiky back in 84 when I first started getting this kind of cut. But it's kind of a little less spiky now. And but I've always had the same haircut since the 80s. Sloan Peterson, Mia Sarah. Yeah, hubba hubba. Yeah, absolutely. So she would be up there. Phoebe Cates from Fast Times at Ridgemont High. She would be probably tops on my list. Who else? I was never really a Molly Ringwald fan. I didn't think she was that hot. But who else was in some of those movies that I really liked? The girls in the movies. I can't think of any right offhand. But I had some major crushes back in the day. That's why I'm heading to Bangkok in August for a month or 60 days if the visa is still available by then, and escape some of the weather. Yeah. Yeah, you'll be right in the dead center of rainy season in August, but it'll be okay. You'll be fine. And I'm pretty sure it'll be a 30-day by then. But you can extend 30, so you can get 60 days total, I think. I think that'll be that way. I think the guy that did Karate Kid had development issues. Maybe. Don't forget to wear your sunglasses at night. Absolutely. Tia Carrera. What was she in? Other than the Mike Meyer movies. Elizabeth Shue. Yeah, she was cute. I liked her in Oh my gosh. This is what happens when you have sleep deprivation. You can't think of anything. Cocktails with Tom Cruise. She was hot in that movie. She looked good in Leaving Las Vegas too. Kelly LeBrock in Weird Science. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, she was dynamite. The gal from the lady from what was the TV show had the four ladies? Oh God, I never watched it, but my ex-wife watched it. They were in New York, and they were like, this was like the thing back in the early 2000s. But one of the ladies in that TV series played the mannequin in Mannequin alongside Andrew McCarthy. I can't think what her name is, and I can't think of the name of the TV series she was in later on. It was definitely a chick TV series that guys probably never watched. Wayne's World, yeah, Tia Carrere was in Wayne's World. Elizabeth Shue got even better with age, still looks amazing. Yeah, I mean, she had a major league set of yabahos, that's for sure. What quote? What movie is that quote from? Let me give you a hint. Oh God, oh God, oh you're gonna pork Marlene. Boone, I would call it a religious experience. Golden Girl, not Golden Girl. Sex in the City, that's the one. Sex in the City. One of the ladies on that was in Mannequin. She played the mannequin in Mannequin. Biggest crush from the 80s. Matilda May. Who's Matilda May? I don't think I know her. I have to look that one up. Matilda May. What was she in? Oh, okay. She looks good now. She's 61. She looks really good now. What was she in? Let's see. She's French actress. Okay. So I probably wouldn't know any of the things she was in. But man, she aged really well. Whew. Hubba hubba. Okay, let me see what she was in. I don't recognize any of these movies, but it was late 80s and early 90s. Oh, she was in The Jackal in 97. Huh, cool. Oh, another one is, I just had it. Now I forgot it. I'll come back to that. I graduated high school in 75, so you have a lot of music I haven't heard in a long time. I prefer 70s, Eagles, Boston, Pink Floyd, Doobie Brothers. Yeah, absolutely. We get into some of that. Alice Cooper, ELO, Bob Seger. We do a lot of the 70s too. So watch Life Force. Okay. I'll check that out. Lassie from Fast Times, How They Hide Her Identity. Lassie from Fast Times. Kim Cattrall, yeah. Oh, she was in Porky's too? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, she was in Mannequin. So, yeah, Kim Cattrall, she was kind of cute. Just the first 30 minutes of Life Force, okay. Vanity 6, oh, yeah. That was Prince's girl group, right? That had, did that have Apollonia on it? I always got the two mixed up. Vanity, was her name Vanity? And then the other one was Apollonia, who starred in Purple Rain with Prince. But they were both hot. And Sheila E., the drummer, she was great drummer. I also liked Rick James' girl group. What was the name of that group? They did My House. Here, let me look it up real quick. Hang on. Somebody might know in chat. Might beat me to it. I know what it was. Mary Jane Girls. Because Mary Jane was one of Rick James' songs, one of Rick James' hits. But they did Mary Jane. It was Mary Jane Girls. It was 3 girls. And they did My House, which is a really good song. But very sexy girls. Yeah, some of those girl groups back in the 80s. Like, I like the Go-Go's. I like the chubby Carlisle rather than the skinny solo Belinda Carlisle. I like the chubby one when she was with the Go-Go's. I liked her. So Erica Eleniak. Oh, in Baywatch. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, in Steven Seagal movies. Yeah, she was pretty hot. Patricia Arquette. Yeah, really hot. And she was in True Romance, and she was also in Desperately Seeking Susan with Madonna. Young Michelle Pfeiffer and Lady Hawk. Oh man, you guys are dating. You're dating yourself on these. I haven't thought of these movies forever. Hey, Dirt Great, you have a good one too. Kim Cattrall was Lassie in Porky's. Oh, okay, from her wailing during sex. Vanity was in The Last Dragon. Oh, cool. Glenn Close. Oh no, Glenn Close was never good looking. She was. Oh yeah, yeah. My House was. No. That was Our House. Madness did Our House, and Mary Jane Girls did In My House, I think it was called. I would play a little bit of it, but I'll get demonetized on this video, and I won't be able to make any money off of it. So, but I will play it next week. I'll play them back to back, not this weekend, but next weekend I'll play Madness, Our House, and I'll play Mary Jane Girls, In My House. I'll play those back to back next week for you. So now you got to listen. But yeah, those girls were pretty cute. Here, I'm going to bring up a picture of them. I'll show you. The song went, you can da 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 in my house. I guess it was 4 girls. Let's see. Let's show you a picture of them. Show you a picture of them in the 80s, not now. They didn't age very well. They aged by about 40 years, and they gained about 140 pounds each. But man, they were hot back then. There was the one girl. She was either Hispanic or Asian that I really liked. Let's see. Let me share this photo with you guys so you can see. Okay, hang on. Oops. Okay, wait a second. Gotta bring this up. Okay, you should be able to see this any time now. And that's the Mary Jane Girls. That one third from the left, she was the hot, either Hispanic or Asian. I couldn't remember which one. I couldn't tell which she was, but she was the one I had the big crush on. She was pretty hot. But there you go. Okay, so there's my in my mid-20s crush. Greetings from Hua Hin. Hey, how are things in Hua Hin? Susanna Hoffs. Susanna Hoffs was in the Bengals. Yeah, she was great, especially the video Walk Like an Egyptian when she did the side-eye thing. Oh, geez. Everybody melted. Demi Moore, yeah. I loved her in St. Elmo's Fire. She was awesome in there. Susanna Hoffs was in the Bengals, yep. Brigitte Bardot. Yeah, now you're going way back. You're talking 60s here. Yeah, she was pretty hot thing back in the 60s. Her and Raquel Welch, remember her? Farrah Fawcett, there's one for you in the 70s. Had that poster with her bikini or her swimsuit. Had the swimsuit poster and that was pretty hot. She had the hair. Charlie's Angels. Man, we're talking childhood crushes. Not even childhood. I mean, I was in my 20s in the 80s. I had huge crushes. Linda Ronstadt. I had a big crush on Linda Ronstadt back in the late 70s and early 80s. She was so cute. Nicolette Larson, I thought she was pretty cute too. Robert Palmer's Addicted to Love, background singer. Oh, yeah, with the slick back hair and the eyeliner and the big red lipstick. Oh, yeah, Addicted to Love. That was a neat video. Kate Jackson was really? I thought she was kind of lesbo. I don't know. She seemed a little tomboyish to me. Cheryl Ladd was cute. I like Cheryl Ladd. But really, I was more into the brunettes. Like I liked, who was the third Charlie's Angel? She was the one I had the crush on. Farrah Fawcett and Lee Majors were the dream couple back in the 70s. Yeah, absolutely. And then she married Ryan O'Neal, right? And he was with her until the end. With all this talk of hot women in the 80s, we all need a date. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Addicted to Love. Yeah, that's a great video. I love Addicted to Love. The songs from the 70s and 80s are so good. Tawny Kitaen. Yeah, White Snake video. Here I Go Again. Yeah, great video when she's laying there on the hood of the car. Tawny Kitaen, right? I tend to draw towards the dyke and the lesbo types. Not a chance in hell. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, so like Joan Jett would be a perfect. She seemed a little tomboyish, but I liked her. I liked Joan Jett. I liked her better than Pat Benatar. I wasn't really a Pat Benatar fan. I mean, I loved her music, but I didn't think she was that hot. Same with Blondie, Deborah Harry. I didn't think she was that hot. But I watch her old videos now, and it's like, she was kind of hot, you know. Never wore a bra. It's kind of funny. We all need a Lucy Liu in our dating lives. Best Angel as well. Yeah, yeah, Lucy Liu was pretty hot. I'll tell you who else was pretty hot, and that was the one from Grey's Anatomy, the Asian doctor, Sandra Oh. Oh, she was great in Sideways. Oh, she looked so hot in Sideways. I had a big crush on Sandra Oh. I had a crush on Imelda Marcos. You have a foot fetish, don't you? She's just try on all your shoes. Stevie Nicks, another one. Yeah, absolutely. Stevie Nicks is another big name, big crush. Yeah, absolutely. Stand Back. That her Belladonna album was great back in, what was it, 80, 81, something like that. Jacqueline Smith was the other Charlie's Angel, original Charlie's Angel. Yeah, she's the one I liked. She was pretty hot. Sideways is such a great film. Yeah, absolutely. If you haven't seen the movie Sideways yet, you got to watch it. It's so good. So good. Yeah, Sandra Oh, so hot in that movie, but it's a great movie. And if you're from California, and especially Northern California, you can probably relate to a lot of this because it's in wine country, and it kind of centered around the guy that's trying to get his novel printed or published, but he's a big wine snob, so to speak. He knows wine really well, and so it centers around that and his friend. It's his weekend before he's getting married, and his friend wants to sow some oats before he gets married. So you kind of go through this novelist. He's been divorced for 2 years and he's still in a depression. So that's kind of the theme of the whole movie. But it goes through the weekend of their trip up into wine country, and it's really good. Yeah, Jennifer Tilly. She was hot in what was that movie that had the great '60s soundtrack where they all got together for the. It was like a college reunion kind of. They got together for a guy's funeral. What was the name of that movie? Somebody's going to know. Actually, that was not Tom Cruise. Kevin Costner's first movie, but he was never shown in it. He was the guy that committed suicide. He's the guy they showed at the beginning, where they're putting, they're fixing his suit. He's in the coffin. He's in the casket. They're fixing his suit, and it shows the stitches on his wrist from when he offed himself. But they never showed him. They had some flashback scenes with him in it, but those didn't make it to the final cut. So that was his first movie, but you never see his face. Yeah, no fucking Merlot. Yeah, Paul Giamatti is great. He's a great actor. It's too bad he had to stoop and do that Starfleet Academy TV series. That kind of set his career back a couple of years. What about the hot Asian actress in The Meg with Jason Statham? Great film too. I never saw that. Love Sideways. Yeah, Sideways is a great movie. Li Bingbing, classy. Is that? She was the one in The Meg? Yeah, I don't know. There was one. Who's the? I can't remember. But yeah, there's so many hot Asian actresses. We went on a tangent, guys. We went down a major rabbit hole, but that's okay. I don't mind. Any other 70s or 80s crushes you guys had? I'm trying to think who else. Oh, Ann and Nancy Wilson from Heart. I loved Ann Wilson. She was so cute. Brown hair, brown eyes, beautiful. I've seen Heart in concert more than any other group. I think I've seen them 7 times in concert, probably, if I had to count. Yeah, they were so good. But yeah, I had a big crush on Ann Wilson, especially Ann Wilson. Something about brunettes with brown eyes. I've always loved that. Probably why I'm here now. That's the thing that turns me off if I'm on a dating site or I meet an Asian girl, or like when I was in the Philippines, if they wore the contacts with the blue eyes or whatever, that was a big turnoff for me. It's like, I want to see what your real eye color is. That's what I like. Jamie Lee Curtis, like from Halloween, she was okay. I wasn't a big Jamie Lee Curtis fan. She was funny in True Lies. That was her and Sylvester, not Stallone. Get in the chopper. Who's that guy? Arnold Schwarzenegger. I wish they would do a sequel to that, True Lies. That was such a good movie. You should do a hotties poll, 80s, 90s, and 2000s. Yeah, maybe. That'd be funny. Grace Park as Boomer in Battlestar was so hot. I don't remember who that was. A Gathering of Men of Culture. Yeah. All right, we're at 1:50 in, so we'll go up to the top of the hour, guys, and then we'll call it good. After all this talk of 80s hotties, it's time to have a cigarette after age 60, especially. I guess I need to start smoking, maybe. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Get in the chopper. How about, did you like Sigourney Weaver in Alien? I didn't think she was that great looking, but the scene where she's getting into the pod at the very end, where she's trying to sneak in there. That was kind of a hot look for her. I must admit. So what's your favorite 80s movie then? If you had to choose an 80s movie, what would be your favorite? We'll talk about that for the last 10 minutes. Brooke Shields, yeah. Nothing gets between me and my Calvins, is that what it was? She did a movie with Kevin Kline in the 80s, very funny. Oh, yeah, called Dave. That was a good movie, very underrated movie, where he was a president lookalike, and he used to do impersonations of the president. And then the president died, but they didn't want anybody to know about it, so they grabbed him and talked him into to pretending he was the president. Yeah, that was a good movie. Funny, and she played his wife. And the scene where she figured out it wasn't really him is when she walked in on him, and they were having an estranged marriage anyway. She walked in on him in the shower, and she's like, first she looks at him, and then she looks down, and her eyes get big. It's like, that's not my husband's. She didn't say that, but that was what's going through her mind. Yeah, that was a good movie. The panty scene. The panty scene in what? In Weird Science, where they're putting the panties on their head, waiting for Kelly LeBrock to show up. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Top Gun, hands down winner. Yeah, Top Gun's great. Yeah, I love everything about Top Gun. Talked him into more like Gunpoint. Right, yeah, exactly, yeah. Stripes. Yeah, Stripes was good. Caddyshack. I think that was 80s. That might have been... Animal House, I think, was 79. But close. Jacqueline Bisset, yeah, she was hot. A Fish Called Wanda, that's another one that Jamie Lee Curtis was in. That's a good movie, too. That's kind of a Monty Python kind of type movie because it had John Cleese and those guys in it. Panty scene in Alien. Oh, yeah. The panty scene in Alien, yeah. Definitely a hot scene there. Probably the most rewatched scene in the entire movie, I would guess. If I had to make a guess, that would be it. I thought you were talking about the panties on the kids' heads in Weird Science. Fish Called Wanda was the movie. Yeah, that's the movie that she was in that. But she was also the the Fish Called Wanda was Jamie Lee Curtis. I was thinking of I was talking about Sigourney Weaver. That's what I think I said the wrong name. Sigourney Weaver from Alien. And she was also in Dave. She was in that movie with Kevin Kline. So I'm kind of getting people mixed up here. My fault. Time for an intervention. Like and subscribe. Absolutely, David. Hit that like button, guys. I appreciate it. Full Metal Jacket is up there as best 80s movies. Absolutely, yeah. Platoon. Groundhog Day. Yeah, that's good. That's not 80s though, is it? I think that's 90s. But yeah, that's a good movie. Funny movie. Oh, who's the girl in that? Because she would be a crush. What was her name? She was also in St. Elmo's Fire. She played the doctor that Emilio Estevez had the crush on. God, what is her name? My favorite 80s movie is Full Metal Jacket. Oh, cool. How about Back to the Future? That would be another good one for 80s. Godfather Part 2. That would be 70s still. Star Wars, The Return of the Jedi. I think that was in the 80s. Oh, some of the Raiders of the Lost Ark ones, the second and third ones. Those would be 80s. Those would be good 80s. Andy McDowell, yeah, she was in Groundhog Day, and she was also in St. Elmo's Fire. Yeah, she was cute back then. Rebecca De Mornay from Risky Business, yeah, Risky Business, and didn't she also play in what was that movie that she was the roommate, the psycho roommate, and there was another girl, I can't think who it was. Yeah, there. I think she played the psycho roommate, but yeah, she was pretty hot in Risky Business. Indiana Jones trilogy, yeah, those were the best. I love those. 86 to 88 best years for movies. Yeah, you may be right. I don't know. 84 was and 85 was pretty good. 85 had some really good movies. I'd have to think for a minute. I'd have to look it up, see. But yeah, definitely a good year, good decade for music and movies, in my humble opinion. So, all right, guys, we'll go a couple more minutes and then we'll call it good. It's been a fun live stream. We've covered a lot of topics. The Hand That Rocks the Cradle, that's the one. Good job. I knew chat would come through. You guys always do. That's the one with, it was Rebecca De Mornay that played the psycho roommate, right? And then who was the other girl? She was a cutie. She was in a couple of things. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is a personal favorite. All that comedic banter. And John Hughes hits you with this serious ending. Yeah, absolutely. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Hilarious, yeah. Rambo. Yeah, Rambo First Blood Part 2 was 85, right? Yeah, those Rambo movies are good. War of the Roses. That was with Michael Douglas, right? Michael Douglas and Catherine, I can't think who, Catherine somebody who didn't age well. War of the Roses. He was in, Michael Douglas also did, he did kind of an Indiana Jones kind of takeoff, Romancing the Stone with that same Catherine, right? The Money Pit with Shelley Long and Forrest Gump. That was a bad movie, though, wasn't it? That was a very good movie. Was Beetlejuice, was that 80s? Kathleen Turner, yeah, that's it. Yeah, she was kind of cute back in the day, but she didn't age well. Either did the lady from Top Gun. She didn't age very well either. Single white female. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, Hand That Rocked the Cradle was, Single White Female was the roommate one. Hand That Rocked the Cradle was the babysitter movie. They were both kind of had the same vibe, right? And who started those? I'd have to look that up. But yeah, let me know in chat. Spinal Tap, yeah. Was that 80s or was that 70s? That might have been 79. I'll have to look it up. Let me look it up real quick. I was thinking that was 79 or even earlier. Might have been 78 or something like that. Oh, it was 84. Okay. Yeah, you're good. You're well within the range. Spinal Tap was 84. Yeah, that's a funny movie. I wanted to go to 11. Every time I rate a song now, or anything from 1 to 10, I always, if I really like it, it's like, this is a Spinal Tap 11. Absolutely. But it only goes to 10. But I wanted to go to 11. I love it when they're going through the corridors trying to get out on stage. Hello, Cleveland. And they're in some janitor's closet. That was Lenny from Lenny and Squeaky from Laverne and Shirley. He was part of Spinal Tap. Rebecca De Mornay was Hand That Rocked the Cradle. Okay, so who was in Single White Female? Who were the actresses in that? So I'm getting the two movies confused. Good evening, Cleveland. Yeah, hello, Cleveland. Misery was a very good 1980s movie. Was Misery in 1980s? Oh, wow. Is it that long ago? That was kind of that was a chilling movie. Yeah, that was James Caan and Kathy Bates, right? Yeah, that's a YouTuber's worst nightmare, having some psycho fan kidnap them. Yeah, that would be a little crazy. But yeah, who was in Single White Female? Who were the actresses in that? Was it the same? Was it Rebecca De Mornay? Was she in that also? I can't remember. Anyway, all right, guys, we're just past 2 hours on, so we're going to call it a day. Thanks to everybody for contributing. It's great. Oh, Bridget Fonda was the nice girl. Who was the bad girl? Was that Rebecca De Mornay or was that someone else? Yeah, Bridget Fonda. She was in a couple of good movies. She was cute. Okay, guys. Thanks again for coming on today. Appreciate you. It's been a lot of fun this time. Had a lot of good topics. Had a lot of fun memories. But as always, live life, my friend. Sabai, and we'll talk to you again next week. See ya.